Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on in to the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into our thoughts, hidden desires, for the purpose of enriching our lives. How many of you have felt bored with life? And how long has this been going on? There are many people walking around out there who are bored stiff. They are really in a hole and they don't even realize it. The first thing that one has to do, if this is your situation, is to realize that you're bored, is to realize that you're not fulfilled, is to realize that you don't have a purpose in life. My suggestion to you is to make a list. Sit down with yourself. Get out a piece of paper and pen and write down all the things that come to your mind regarding what you would like to do. Don't censor any of these thoughts. You can always revise the list, but continue to do this until you have narrowed it down to maybe 5 or 10. You don't want to go too much higher than that because then it gets too complicated. This list that you have created is called a bucket list. What does that mean? It means these are the things that you would like to do or have before you kick the bucket, meaning before you pass away. This exercise in itself will reveal all of these things that have been dormant in your mind, in the back of your mind, that have been hidden from your consciousness, but are just begging to get out. This activity can be one of the most liberating things that you can do, because you discover what really turns you on, what really is of interest to you, what really burns inside of you and wants to come out into fruition. There are many possibilities. For example, you may want to travel to a certain destination. That's a possibility. You may want to own a certain automobile or sports car. You may want to return to your alma mater, to the college or university that you attended, and see how it has changed over the years. You may want to visit someone who you have not seen in years, but who was very close to you at one time. And the fact that you have lived in different cities has caused you to grow apart. But you're still very fond of that person. I mean, there are so many possibilities. And it doesn't matter what. Don't compare what you want. Don't compare what is on your bucket list with what someone else wants to do. Remember, the idea is to sit down with yourself and delve deep into your own mind, not compare yourself with someone else, and to write all these things down. Once you have done that, then you can, let's say, take the top 3, the 3 things that seem the most doable in the relatively immediate future. For example, it has to be reasonable. You can't say, I want to travel to the moon. That's unlikely. I don't think there are any rocket ships headed for the moon that you can pay a ticket for and go there in the near future. It's got to be something that's doable, reasonable, and something that is not going to tax your mental or physical capabilities. For example, if you want to climb a mountain, but you have bad legs and feet and so forth, that might not be the best thing. If you want to go somewhere, but you don't like long plane trips, that's another thing that you might want to discard. So what you have to do is, once you've narrowed it down to about 3 of the most desired things you would like to have or do, you find out which of these are the most doable. And then you start looking and seeing how you can put these into action. This exercise of writing your bucket list can be one of the most exhilarating activities that you could ever do. Find out what is inside of you, things that you have stuffed in for many years that are dying to get out and dying to be part of your reality, not lying somewhere in the dustbin of your mind. I think that this can really change your attitude, your mental attitude toward life. Because there's nothing worse than walking around day by day, being bored to death, and not realizing what your purpose is on this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you to drink, and drink abundantly from the fountain of life. See you next time.